It has been a year and a half since my mum unexpectedly passed away when I was 27 years old. And today I want to share with you some grieving practices that I am using to feel closer to her and to connect with her again. What I do on a daily basis are things like using products that she used to use. I will literally have the same sunscreen, the same deodorant, the same shower gel that she used to use. So pretty much every morning and every evening, I will be thinking about her using those exact same products. Then the next thing is her clothes or jewelry that I wear. This, for example, is of her, this little bracelet. This necklace is from my mom as well. But those are little things that you can incorporate on the daily because it will make you think about them more often than if you were completely not to have any of their things. What I also do is that I write to her daily in my journal. I'm literally just telling her about my life. I'm telling her everything that's happened in the day. And I always finish my journal entry with, I love and miss you, Mom. The last two things that I have on a daily basis are, for example, lucky charms of her. She would have so many little things in her apartment, and I'm sure that whoever passed away that you loved, there was something that they had that you could put somewhere in your apartment, somewhere where you can see it. For me, for example, I have little figures and little angels and shells and gemstones and all those things that I love collecting. My mom loved collecting, and now they're pretty much all around our apartment. So that way, I just feel like I'm a little bit closer to her by simply those little things that are standing around. And again, it just always reminds me of her. So this means that when I use certain body products or when I wear certain clothes or when I just walk around my house, I always have reasons to think about her. And if you're in the beginning of your grieving stage, this may be incredibly tough. So just see if you can do it from the beginning. I have felt like it has kept me close to her this entire time. So I can only recommend it to you, but you also have to remember that we are all different. And some things that work for me may not work for you. So please test them out and see if that's something that you can do. And if not, that's also totally okay. Let's move on. Sometimes you're going to have times where you really want to have, let's call it a meditative session with them. Just something where you feel a lot more closer than you normally would. For example, on a day-to-day basis, yes, I have those little things, but I don't sit down and properly just think about her and really, I'd say, spend some quality time with her. I don't do that on a daily basis because, first of all, there's no time to do this every single day. And secondly, I think it'd be a lot for our emotions. But sometimes if you feel like, okay, now I just want to have a day with that person, or maybe if it's just a couple of hours, there are certain things that I do when I feel like that. I did do it a lot more in the beginning, I have to say, but now maybe every few months I will sit down and do the rituals that I'm about to share with you. So I will take out all her photos. I will look at them and then I'll think about her and feel a lot closer to her. The second thing that I do is read through the cards that she wrote me. I will literally read through every single one of them. Now, if that person couldn't yet write or didn't write any cards to you, I'm sure that there's other props that you can use instead. The other thing that I did do the other day, and I haven't done this in a very long time because it really scares me, is that I went through her voice notes and through our text messages on WhatsApp. Believe me, that is a tough one. I can honestly tell you that is one of the hardest things because you realize how much you miss that. When you read through cards and you look at photos, it's a little bit easier than something that is so real and so raw, like a WhatsApp text. Wow, there's the most beautiful butterfly outside. This must be her. Well, now I completely lost track. What was I saying? Voice messages, here we go, that's what I was saying. It does hurt a lot. I mean, it's quite obvious, isn't it? It just breaks you. It's terrible that you're never going to hear that voice again, and it's terrible to know that you're never going to have a WhatsApp message again or a text message or a phone call. So I really do have to tell you, be prepared when you do this, because for me personally, that is the toughest one. There are so many little things that we can be reminded of that person, and whether that's photos or text messages or videos, use those things in order to really feel that deep connection with them again. And lastly, and this is something that I have really tried to focus on in the past 6 months, it's to talk to people that were close to your loved ones. For example, friends, because I feel that often people knew your person in different ways. And I love connecting to her friends because once again, It just makes me feel closer to her. And they have so many beautiful stories to share. And I think if we completely cut all that off, we're missing out on the opportunity to get to know that person again, but on a different level than we may have known them. Let's move on to the grieving practices that I do on those special days. All those times where we really wish that they were there more than ever. And I did a video entirely dedicated just to this topic. So if you want to check that out, I'll link it up here. But for this video, let's keep it short. The first thing I do always on those special occasions is write a card to my mom. And it was so cute this year. My fiance actually read the card instead of my mom, because that way it doesn't just get lost somewhere, but rather somebody is actually reading those words that you were intended for that person. The next thing, and this is something that I've only started doing this year, is to make a birthday table. So my mom would always prepare the cutest birthday tables for us. And this is what I did this year for her as well. So then I was thinking, well, there need to be presents on the birthday table, because a birthday table without presents doesn't really make much sense. So I went out and I bought presents for her. Really, they were presents for me, or for example, for my fiance. That's just a little idea. It's nothing that you have to do, but I just like the idea of being able to still buy presents for her and to feel somehow like I'm giving her something. And it's also a way of keeping them alive without them actually being alive. I really hope that these grieving practices are going to help you to feel closer to your loved one. And please, I would love to hear in the comments, what are your grieving practices? If there's anything that I haven't mentioned in this video, do let me know, because any way to feel more connected to her, I'll be entirely grateful for you if you share that with me. And obviously other people who may read the comments. Thank you so much for watching and for all your support. I really do appreciate it a lot.